Hi, I'm Chicken. It's good to see you. Something that's really special about the moon is it can change shape. For me, I always look the same. I've got 2 wings, 2 eyes, 1 yellow beak, a crest on top, a wattle underneath, and 2 yellow legs, 2 feet, a tail, and I'm covered in feathers. And that doesn't change. When I was a baby, I was small, but I still had all those parts. And my parents have the same parts too. But the moon changes shape all the time. Every night and every day it's a little bit different. So that makes it exciting, but it can also make it a little hard to find it. Because I'm not sure what I'm looking for. So I want to show you a way that you can fool around with some materials on your own and make all the different shapes that the moon has. And then when you look up in the sky, you'll see if you can notice them. All right, I'm going to show you how to do it. First, take something big and round, like I'm using this jar, and trace it onto a piece of paper. If you have stiff paper like cardstock, that could be good to use, but regular paper's okay too. So I'm going to trace it all the way around. There. Now I'm going to do it a second time because I'm going to need 2 of these circles. There we go. Now, I'm going to cut them out with scissors. Oh, I'm so tired. I just need to rest for a minute. Whew, it's amazing how just a little tiny nap can make me feel refreshed. All right, so now I'm going to cut out these circles. Do the best you can. I always say, you don't have to worry about making things perfect, but it is good to do the best you can. Because that way, you're always growing a little. Because you're challenging yourself. If you start off and say, oh, I can't make it perfect, I'm not even going to try, then you don't get the benefit of practicing. And if you say, I'm going to make it perfect, mine's going to be the best, you can put a lot of stress on yourself, and you can also be really competitive with other people, and that's not really so nice to be around. So, my parents always told me just to do the best you can and be kind to other people. Like, if you saw someone's circle they'd cut out and it looked like this, like mine, which really doesn't look much like a circle, it's kind of messy, you could say, wow, I like the way you tried so hard making that. And I can see that that part right there is really smooth and round. So you find something nice to say about it, and that makes people feel safe around you. They want to be around you. And then they'll likely be pretty kind to you in return, and then you're making love in the world. And it's really nice. There's so many things in the world we can't control, but we can decide to be kind, and then that makes it nicer for everybody. Okay, now I'm going to color in one of the circles. I'm going to make it black, but I want to put some scratch paper under it while I'm coloring. You can see I've used this before, so I don't mess up the paper underneath. I like to sing when I color. Color, 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 color. Color, 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 black, black, black. Color, 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 squeak, squeak, squeak. Color, 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 now I'm done. Don't forget to put the cap on your marker when you're finished. That way it doesn't dry out. Okay, I'm going to put that away. Now, I don't know if you realize it, but this is the night sky. Right here. I chose the night sky so you can see the moon a little more easily. And this is the moon. Sometimes the moon is full. And it looks like that. The full moon, right? And sometimes the moon looks like that. A little crescent. Sometimes the moon looks like that. A bigger crescent. Sometimes the moon is almost full. It just has a little bite out of it. Sometimes, we'll see now, I can't make... The thing I wanted to show is what's called the new moon, when you can't even see it at all. But because my white moon had a big bump on the edge, I wasn't really able to make a new moon. There we go. That's what the new moon looks like when you can't see it at all. And then it gradually gets bigger. Crescent moon. Bigger crescent moon. Bigger crescent moon. I think they have different fancy names for these, but I haven't learned them yet. And boom! Full moon. I get excited when I see the full moon. So anyway, you could play around with this at home if you made these circles, these overlapping circles, and see all the different shapes of the moon, and you could think of what they remind you of. Like maybe this one kind of what does it remind you of? It reminds me of 2 scoops of ice cream. If this one were brown, chocolate and vanilla, yum! I don't get to eat ice cream as much as I'd like. My mom said it's not so good for my tummy, especially in the wintertime. Or I can catch more colds if I eat a lot of ice cream in the wintertime. Anyway, I like to think about it, though. This kind of reminds me of melting snow. You know, when there's a lot of snow after a snowfall, and then it melts more and more and more, and this bit of snow gets smaller and smaller. So anyway, you could fool around with this at home and think of different names for them, and then when you look up in the sky to look for the moon, you might see them and they'll be like old friends because you already had them in your own house and you made them. Okay, have fun with that. Bye!